In today's video, we're gonna check on how to build from a sketch, how to move on to a feature. So, what's a feature? Um, Feature means it gives a three-dimensional view, or it moves in the third axis. Like you've drawn the sketch in two axes. So, if you take this as x and this as y, then the feature moves it in z. To make yourselves clear, I think this is be a basic way of understanding it, but this is not the complete way of understanding it. So this would be a basic way of understanding it. So this would be one axis, this would be one axis, and now when we create a feature on the sketch, it moves in the third axis. So that's how a feature is formed. So similarly on an X, this is one axis, this is one axis, and when you give a feature, it moves on the third axis. I mean, a geometry is created on the third axis. So I'll just explain that. So in the features, so we were in the sketch environment. Now we go to the features environment. This is in SolidWorks. So in the features environment, we have a lot of features in here. So we'll do the basic feature. I would say extrusion and cut. I'll explain those two features in this, and the rest you can do a trial and error and learn it. That'll be easier. So to teach about, I think if once you learn these two basic features, it'll be easier to experiment on the others on how to do. If required, uh, if if you think you need more details on how to do the other features, please comment in the comment section. Then I'll go ahead on the other features, or we can move on quickly on to the next topics of the series of videos. So back to the feature. So extrusion, it says extrude base, so we select our sketch. Yeah, so we selected our sketch. So if you see, it's moving in the third axis. So our sketch was only the x, y, and now it's in the third axis. That's our feature. So it says 0.01 meters. So that's fine. Just to show you. Now see, that's a 3D object, a three-dimensional object that you can hold in a hand. You can literally feel that three-dimensional object. Yeah, so that's how you do it in NX. I mean in SolidWorks. Now in NX, so we finish our sketch is defined. So we got to feature this. So we have the same option, extrude. Click on it, select curve. It's referring to your sketch. So I'm selecting my sketch. Yeah, so if you see, it was X, it was Y, and you see that's another axis, Z. So it's extruding. Okay, so if you see, the same thing as we did in SolidWorks and in X, the same thing, extrusion. So now about how to make a cut. So in SolidWorks, there's an option called extruded cut. So once you create a geometry, only then you can do a cut. You can only remove material once a geometry is formed. You cannot remove material directly on a sketch, because there would be no geometry formed. It would be a three-dimensional geometry for you to remove material out of it. So once you create an extrusion or a cylindrical object or something like that, then you can give an extrusion cut once a geometry is formed. So I'll select this plane, so it enters automatically. I selected the extruded cut, I selected the geometry, so it asks me which plane do you want to sketch on. So I can sketch on this plane, or this plane, this plane, any plane of the geometry. So I'll just choose this. So it automatically enters into the sketch environment, and now again I have to sketch on it to choose what uh, size. It should, remove the material. It should cut out the material. That's what it refers to. So I'll just go with the basic. I'll use a rectangle and a corner rectangle to be precise. So I'm just doing a rough sketch over there. I see it's underdefined, so we gotta define it. Let it be 0.08, then 0.04. Let it be so. Okay, it's still underdefined, which means we've not given its relative references, relative dimensions, because where the length and the breadth of the extruded cut, but you don't know where it is located on the geometry. You've not defined that. So to define that, we have to give relative dimensions. So what is the length between uh, this edge and this line of the sketch? So it's like 0.01. So the same way between this line and this line, it says, let's keep this also 0.01. Now it's completely moved. Our sketch is fully defined, but it's not complete because, okay, uh, the thing is, if you see our sketch is protruding outside, so it'll still do the cut, but it doesn't make any sense with the sketch, because if it's like 0.001 meters that is outside, it's not going to add any value to it. So I'll just make it 3. Okay, so now it's fully defined and it's within the geometry. We've clicked, we give an exit, it automatically comes back to the cut extrude feature. Now it's asking you how much do you want to remove material from this sketch. It kind of subtracts from this first geometry that we built. It extracts, or sorry, it subtracts the geometry that we've sketched now. So I can give it how much I want, but I'll just stick to somewhere in between the geometry. So you see, that's a space, a pocket that is made. Maybe if you want a blind extrusion, go here, edit your feature, the thickness that we gave for this, or if we give that, it's gonna extrude completely. It's 0.01. So now you can see a hollow pocket. So that's about an extrude cut. The same thing with NX. We again go to sketch. Instead of going to a feature over here, we go to sketch, we choose a plane, we sketch on it. Okay, I'll just draw a rough sketch. Let's dimension it. So I'm just giving the relative dimensions. 8.5, let it be so. 8, and so let it be. Okay. Okay. I think now our sketch is fully constrained. Yep. Now we just exit the sketch environment and now we will click the extrude feature, but this time in NX it kind of uses the operations rather than the feature. So it uses the boolean operation. So it's first asking me to select the curve, the sketch, or an individual line. So we'll just select the whole sketch. Now it's asking the distance, how much, which axis, which side should it go, how much should it start from, all those details. You can do a trial and error on that, and you can learn in detail about it. So I'm going to give a subtract, so which is going to subtract the material from this geometry, but it, it's going, we've sketched on this plane, so, and it's going on the opposite direction, which means it will not cut any geometry, it will not subtract any geometry, so we just reverse the direction. I think now it's gonna cut the geometry, and let's make it, I forgot what thickness that I've given. Okay, assume it's 2. Yep, you see a hollow pocket there. Similarly, you don't want to make a hollow pocket. Edit your, double click on it, it's just gonna come back, make it 1 distance. You see it's a pocket, but it's not hollow completely. So that's about extrusion and the cut feature. It's similar to, it's this is the difference between SolidWorks and NX. So if you take another modeling or design software, these are the minor differences that it makes. So hope you've understood. If you have any questions, please do comment on in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, comment on the videos. So it kind of encourages us to provide even more better content. Thank you for the previous likes and shares and the subscribers that we've got. Thanks about that. And also please press the bell icon for notification. So as soon as we upload a video, it's gonna come as a notification on your mobile, and you can just watch over it. So I think now we've learned about sketch in our previous video. In this video, we've learned about how to make a feature, extrusion. So in the next video, we'll learn to assemble something. We'll make 2 parts and we'll learn to assemble, and then we will learn how to 3D print them. So if you think you guys you want some more information on how to do something different with respect to NX and SolidWorks, so please comment in the comment section. We would like to work on it also. Thank you. Have a great time.